All right, great selling Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a great Saturday so far and that you've been out there crushing it today, man. And we are in today with our 15 minutes of mastery that we do to bring you some information, inspiration, motivation so that you can go out and do some fantastic things each and every day. And we're in with episode number 563 of our 15 minutes of mastery. And today, look, man, I want to talk about control and the fact that you have more control than you think. Marcus Aurelius, the great Marcus Aurelius, once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." We're going to touch on this as we go along, okay? But check this out. So I love what he had to say here. He says, "You have power over your mind, not the outside events, not the things going around you." And when you realize about this, when you realize that you can control what's going on right here, okay? When you can control what's going on right here, when you realize you can do that, you actually will find strength to deal with the things that are outside that you don't have control over. And that is a big deal for a lot of folks. How can I deal with the things that are going on out there? The things that are affecting my business, the things that are affecting my life, right? So many of you think that the business is not going well, that people aren't buying right now, that I'm struggling financially, that my kids don't like me, my spouse is upset with me, and all these things, right? And so, like Marcus Aurelius said, once you realize that you only have control over your mind, not what's going on out there, not what other people think, not how other people react, not what other people say or do or think, you will actually find strength. And that strength is what brings you peace of mind. That strength is what brings you the clarity that you need to be able to be more resilient, to push through the hard times, to push through those moments that you just feel like everything is falling apart on you. How many of you have felt that in your career? How many of you have felt that you're out there and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, it's like I can't seem to break through. How many of you have felt like, why is all this? Why are my deals falling apart? Why are these people not calling me? How many of you have felt that? I know I have. I know I've felt that stress, that anger sometimes, right? You get angry about it because you just wish, like, these people, they come to me because they need a home, and I'm doing everything that I can, but they just aren't helping themselves, and they're not allowing me to do what I need to do to be able to make it happen, right? There's another Dana White comment. I guess. Thank you. I appreciate that. Check it out. Up here, my friends. Okay. You have to realize that those people that are ignoring you, that aren't calling you back, that aren't doing the things, that aren't getting you the conditions that you need, that aren't calling the bank to do their upfront interviews, whatever it may be, right? You don't have control over that. That's why it's so important. That's why it's so important that you do as much as you possibly can up front with these people when you've got them in front of you. I tell the teams all the time, man, love the one you're with. Slow down up front so that you can go fast on the back end. You've got to get as much of it done out of the way, realizing that, look, the only thing that I have control over is myself and my mind. I don't have control over the outside events. And when you look at it that way, now what ends up happening is you get more stuff done. Because I'm here to tell you, bad things don't happen to you. They just don't. Okay. Now there's unfortunate incidents, right? We lose loved ones. There's accidents. There's things that happen that are very just traumatic, horrific. But again, you have no control over those things. But bad things don't happen to you. You see, you allow them to happen because you don't realize that the only thing you can control is how you're thinking. And when you control how you're thinking, when I start to realize that the only way this thing is going to ring is if I make it ring. How do I make it ring? In two different ways. One, I actually pick up the phone myself and I start calling people, right? Oh, geez, but I've called them all the time. I call them so many different times. Call them again, right? You've got to make it ring. That's the only way that that's going to happen. So when you realize that, and that it's going to take better marketing, it's going to take, when you realize that I can only make this ring if I take control of my marketing and I start tweaking my marketing. Don't just do the things you've been doing all along and expect a different result. That's the definition of insanity, right? We keep going back to that. Change up the marketing. What does your marketing look like in the first place? So when you make those tweaks and those changes, oh, but I changed what I said. I changed the call to action. I changed these things. Yeah. How long ago did you change it? Well, I started doing it 2 or 3 days ago. It's only been 2 or 3 days. Guys, you don't put on 20 pounds of weight in one day. You don't drop 20 pounds of weight in one day. You certainly aren't going to make your phone blow up in one day. It takes the consistency behind it. That's where you guys don't realize that the control you need to have is up here to control your mind, so you don't get in fight or flight mode and start thinking that, oh, this isn't working, and then you quit and you go back to doing the same crap you were doing before, or you quit your job. Well, the selling manufactured homes is oh my gosh, that stuff doesn't work, and you quit. You're simply quitting on yourself. You're not quitting the job. You're not quitting the company. You're not quitting anything, the industry. You're quitting on yourself. You see, but when you realize you have control of your mind, in other words, you stop thinking this way. Now you have the strength that Marcus Aurelius was talking about when what do we mean by strength? Now you can go out and make the changes. Now you can go out and learn the things that you need to learn so that you can get better. Now you have the strength to be able to be a better person with your loved ones. And look, man, I am not an easy person to deal with by any means. I know that. I know it's hard for some of you to believe, but it's the truth. I'm not an easy person to deal with. And my wife bears the brunt of it a lot of the times, right? Like she just today we had a conversation and I know I rubbed her the wrong way by saying what I had to say. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we have to realize that what we're trying to get accomplished is bigger than just us. And so if you can control the way you think, if you can control your mind, you don't react, you don't get in an emotional state, you won't react, you don't overreact, and you don't say things or act in certain ways that are going to create a bigger problem down the road. Okay? You don't quit, you don't stop the marketing, which then in turn will eventually lead to better phone calls, better opportunities. You don't quit talking to people in the right manner on the phones, which leads to more appointments. You don't quit on the structure to a sales process when people come in to see you, which leads to better closing percentages. And because you do those things right up front, now that leads to better pull through percentages on the applications you do take. Who in here, for those of you that are on this right now, watching us, how many of you, I'd love to, man, if you don't mind sharing, just raise your hand out here, put something in the comment, just say me in the comments. How many of you know that you could have more business? You just aren't getting all the business that you can get. I know that there's so many of you out there that are going through that. Okay. And the mere fact that you are on here watching this shows something about you. And it's not a bad thing. Okay. We all need help. We all need somebody to turn to. We all need someone that can guide us, or we all need to get some information that's going to help us go in the right direction. So don't get down on yourself. That's the other thing, right? Controlling the mind. Don't let it get you down. What you have to understand is this: you have the opportunity to fix it. So what are the things that you got to do in order to fix it? Okay, I'm going to run through these top 5 things that you should do in order to get this fixed. Okay, you ready? First and foremost, look, you've got to take responsibility for where you are right now in life and in business. whatever that looks like. If it's great, congratulations. You've done a great freaking job, man. If it's not so great, congratulations. You can fix it. You still have to accept the fact that it's you. Okay. But you can fix it. So you got to take responsibility for where you're at, good or bad. It's on you. Well, no, it's the economy. No, it's not the economy. Okay, I had a call earlier today with somebody that wanted to get some insight because they felt like this person felt like uh, things could be better, right? And I was showing this person the national numbers, the state numbers. First of all, numbers are up. The national numbers are up. So sales are up year over year. So it's not the business, not the industry, it's not the economy. Nobody cares about this. Well, people are leaving. They're not buying houses because they're afraid they're going to get deported and other. Well, then don't market to those people right now. You just got to switch your marketing, right? So take responsibility for where you're at. The second step you have to do is stop wanting it to be easy. My gosh, this is probably the biggest thing and one of my biggest pet peeves. Stop wanting for it to be easy. We live in a life where everything is about convenience, right? Look, and I'm the same way, man. If I'm going to buy something online on Amazon, I want that thing today now. I'm looking to see what can I get delivered today. But that's not reality. Reality out there, you're dealing with humans that are looking to buy a home, okay? You're dealing with people that are looking to buy a home, and buying a home is not an overnight process. It's not a same day process. Man, I love this whole Dana White comparison. That's fantastic. You know, my kids got a kick out of it that sometime last week that somebody first came out with it. They called me the Asian Dana White. But anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, you got to stop wanting for it to be easy because it's going to suck. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Whatever, if you're trying to do something big, better, pull yourself out of a hole, whatever it may be, wherever you're at right now, it's going to suck. Just accept that. All right. But then you can start putting in the right type of actions and work, even if you're not sure what those may be. Okay. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, oh, my life sucks. I did this. Damn it. It's not going to be easy. Fantastic. Now let me go do all the research. No. You're a grown ass adult. Hopefully, for those of you watching that are grown ass adults, you're a grown ass adult. And even if it's your first day selling manufactured homes or whatever you're doing, like I know we've got people that come in here that aren't even in the MH business, right? You may be watching this and trying to apply it for yourself. Whatever it is that you're doing right now, you know what you should be doing. You may not know how to do it exactly the way it should be done, but you know what you should be doing. So go out and put in the right actions and work. Because here's one thing that I will tell you, and something that has transformed my life over the last 10 years is realizing that activity breeds activity. Okay. I put in action, I'm going to get action back. I may not know how to do the action exactly right. So you don't have to research everything. It doesn't have to be perfect right now. Just go out and put in the work, even if you're not sure. Go put out more ads, make more calls, go just do the things that are going to draw the attention. Right now, as you're doing that, work to develop those skills. Okay. So it's just like trying to drop those 20 pounds, right? You're gonna have to do some cardio. You're gonna have to cut some calories. You know that you're gonna have to do some weight training. Go get on the treadmill. Well, I gotta see. Should I do interval training? And don't worry about it. Go get on the treadmill. Put the cheeseburger down. Right? Those are the two simple things you can do right now, like that. And then as you're doing the treadmill and cutting out the cheeseburgers and the pizzas and all the crap, you learn about macros. You learn about how much protein you should be taking. You learn about different types of strength training that will lead to an enhanced cardio workout while you're doing strength. You can learn all that while you're doing the basic stuff, right? So work to develop the skills. Same thing with us. Go put out more ads. My ads suck. I don't care. Put out more ads. Make sure it's got your phone number on there. Make sure you're telling people on that ad, call me, text me, right? While you learn how to structure your ads better, while you learn what pictures are going to do better for you, while you learn the ins and outs of marketing that are going to make you more effective, just go and do the action. But while you're doing the action, work to enhance those skills. Learn to make more phone calls, but as you're making more phone calls, actually put some time aside to learn how to make better calls. Learn about the psychology of people. How do they respond to things when you're talking to them on the phone? What are the words you should be using and should not be using? Learn those things. Don't use the same damn scripts every goddamn time. Or you're probably not even using these scripts. You're just simply, hey, yeah, I've got that home. Would you like to come and see it? Come on, see me. I'm over here. Anytime you'd like to see it, I'm available between 9 to 5 every single day out of the week. And then you wonder why they don't show up. There's a process to it. So work to develop those skills that you need, right? And lastly, develop strong discipline and continue to put in the work. Spoiler alert, the work never stops. It never stops. It's never going to stop. If you are a high achiever, if you're looking to do great things for yourself, the work will never end. What do I mean by that? It's this. Even if you decided to stay your whole career as a sales consultant, you don't want to move up. Man, I don't want to take on that responsibility. I don't want to be a manager. I just want to come in and I want to sell. Okay, great. In order for you to maintain a high level of income, or maybe to go, maybe you are at like 150, 200, you want to go to 250. Well, guess what? In order to get to that point, or even to maintain the 200, the work will never end. So that's why we need to develop discipline and continue to put in the work. Too many people, oh, I just want to reach the age of retirement. If I could get to the point where I reach that age of retirement, man, I'm going to be set. Do you know most people die within several years of retiring? Why? Because they stopped putting in the work, because they stopped it. They had no more purpose to what they were doing anymore. It drives me insane. I'm probably in the last year. I can't remember exactly when it happened. Okay. Had a good friend of mine call. Hadn't spoken to this person in a while. Okay. And we're talking, catching up and all this stuff. And then he says, yeah, I can't wait till I hit 55 and I can retire. I'm like, oh my God. I can't wait till I can retire so that I can just sit at home and just enjoy life. Bro, sit at home and decay. The work never ends. It never stops. It's going to keep going. If you stop, the moment you stop moving forward, you're dying, right? Like they say, if you're not growing, you're dying. So understand that. Let's run through these one more time. Okay. You got to take responsibility for where you're at. If you want to take control, you want to have more control over your business, over your life, over everything, you have to understand it's your fault, good or bad, wherever you're at right now. It's your fault. Not where you want to be, your fault. Not the economy, not the buyers, not the rates, not the prices, not the factories, nothing. It's your fault. You're in a good spot. Congratulations. It's your fault. You got yourself there, right? So it is what it is. You're the one that's responsible for it. Second thing, stop wanting for it to be easy. It's never going to be easy. It's always going to suck. Doing better, getting better, doing more, reaching another level, it sucks because it takes hard work. Embrace the suck, embrace the hard part of it. When you embrace that and understand it's never going to be easy, you'll start to enjoy the process of it. Okay. That's where people say you got to enjoy the process. What do they mean by that? They mean you have to enjoy the fact that it's going to be hard, man. Next, start putting in the right type of action. Not enough business, not enough leads. Do more marketing, make more calls. Make more. They're not working out the right way. I understand that, but it doesn't mean you stop, because the moment you stop, it's going to get even worse. So even if you're not sure how to do it better, just do more of it while you're working at developing the skills that you need to be able to do it better. So you got to continue to grow, continue to improve, and then develop the discipline and continue putting the work, because the work will never, ever, 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 ever end. It will never end, my friends. But if you can do that, if you can, like Marcus Aurelius says, if you can understand the fact that if you control your mind, the only thing you control is your mind. And so when you control your mind, you actually gain strength. When you can keep yourself from panicking, freaking out, and getting in fight or flight because, oh my God, it sucks right now. And oh, my life is falling apart and oh, blah, blah, all these other things. Look, man, I've been there. Okay. There's nothing that you've gone through that is going to top whatever I've been through in my life. Oh, but I was in an accident. Yeah, I've been in an accident too. I had my younger brother with me. We got taken out, man, like wiped out. And guess what? It was my fault. Okay. Oh, my parents that, I've lost my dad. Okay. Oh, I'm struggling financially. Lost a house, lost a vehicle, was homeless. When I started in this industry, I slept in the office for 3 months. Nobody knew I was sleeping in there because I was homeless. Oh, my family, they're struggling. Guess what? I lost everything while I was married too. The second time it happened to me. Now I was married, had kids, and I lost everything. What you got? Now my life, tremendous, beautiful, getting better, continues to grow, continue to get better. And we help so many people. All it took was controlling this and continuing to put in the work, not panicking, freaking out, and making the wrong decisions and quitting. So if you want to continue moving forward, here's what I will suggest to you. You've got to find a way to put yourself in proximity to other people that maybe are even stronger than you. For sure, that think the same way you do. But look, a lot of people think the way that you think. Oh, I'd love to have this, but they don't put in the work. They don't put in the action. They're off on the weekends getting drunk and doing all kinds of things that are screwing them up, right? And then being dramatic and causing all this drama in their own personal life. You got to surround yourself and be around people, high achievers, high performers that actually take the actions that need to be taken. And you can do that one of two different ways, even with us, right? We got two different ways that you can do it. One, you can join our mastermind. We meet first and third Wednesday of the month, every month, 7 p.m. Central. It's called the Path to Mastery Collective. It's a mastermind group. You can go on our website, manufacturinghomesalesmastery.com. And all you're doing is investing right now $25 a month to be a part of this group. And you come in, you join us on these Zoom calls, and we feed off of each other. And we're growing and pushing each other and continuing to learn and grow. Everybody shares on what's working, how it's working, what to do, how to get better, all those things. And we have guest speakers that come in. You can do something like that. It's only $25 a month for you. Invest a little bit in you. Okay. Or if you really want to do something great, you can be a part of our MH Sales Mastery Live, right? We're traveling to 4 different cities in 2026: Phoenix in February, Chicago in May, Orlando in July, back to Dallas in October. You can invest in yourself and be a part of that. Now, that room right there, wow, I'm just telling you, it is just simply amazing. Guest speakers, breakout sessions, mixers, VIP dinners. I mean, it's just we're bringing all of this to you so that you can transform your life. We're not just after making you a great sales consultant. We're here to help you transform your life. We want to put you in the room with people that will take you to a whole nother level. All right. So guys, look, man, it's Saturday. Go out there, finish out the rest of your day, finish strong, do some great things, help a lot of people, but you got to help yourself. All right. So understand, Marcus Aurelius said it. You can control your mind, but you can't control outside events. And when you realize you can control your mind, now you're going to find the strength to deal with the things that you got going on. And if there's a way we can help you guys, whether it's with marketing or whether it's with phone calls, whatever you need, man, reach out to us. We've got something that can help you. Look, I'm not here to charge you nickel and dime you for different little things if you just need this or that. Okay. I'm glad to give it to you. But you just need to put in the action. So enjoy your Saturday. Have a great day. Remember, we're here to help take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level at MH Sales Mastery. Well, until next time, my friends, as always, Can't wait to meet you.